If you extract a core sample from the Earth, you don't find a smooth, even gradient. You find jagged, violent layers of compressed time. History operates on a similar timeline. Progress is rarely linear. Instead, society makes its most significant moves during sudden, intense moments of disruption. The modern systems we rely on, our political borders, our emergency networks, and the balance of global power, were forged in these specific crucibles of sudden impact. To see this historical process in practice, we can take a detailed core sample of a single day, June 30th. This specific date captures 3 distinct types of shockwaves that have shaped the world. First, the cosmic; second, the strategic; and finally, the systemic. Identifying these shockwaves allows us to see the pattern in how global society reacts, adapts, and manages to survive when the status quo is obliterated. On June 30, 1908, a massive explosion over the Siberian wilderness provided a stark look at nature's ability to override human activity. The Tunguska event released the kinetic force of 1,000 atomic bombs, instantly flattening 800 square miles of forest. These images show millions of old-growth trees snapped like toothpicks, pointing away from a single epicenter. This radial pattern proved the object never hit the ground. It was a mid-air detonation, a fireball scorching the earth from above. Tunguska remains the ultimate example of an uncontrollable natural shockwave, a reminder of how quickly the physical world can be rearranged by the cosmos. While nature creates random chaos, human strategic disruption is calculated. Over the centuries, the scale of our engineered conflicts has grown from localized skirmishes to global logistical pivots. Early June 30 conflicts, like the Battle of Arbedo in 1422 or the Battle of Domstadel in 1758, were tactical engagements involving a few thousand men. Their impact was rarely felt beyond their immediate regions. By June 30, 1944, the scale of strategic disruption reached its peak at Cherbourg. The liberation of Western Europe depended entirely on the capture of this specific harbor. This coastal survey shows Cherbourg's deep-water port and massive concrete structures. Without these docks, the Allies couldn't land the heavy machinery needed to break Axis lines. Securing this port let millions of tons of supplies flow directly onto the continent, bypassing the beach bottlenecks. Once secured, the logistical hold on Western Europe shifted permanently. The Axis could no longer starve the Allied advance of fuel and equipment. Strategic shockwaves like Cherbourg aren't accidents of nature. They are human-engineered moments designed to rewrite the global power structure through logistical force. When faced with cosmic or strategic chaos, civilization responds by inventing new systems to manage the threat. We build structures to contain the next disaster. On June 30, 1937, London introduced the world's first 999 emergency line. It was the first centralized network designed to turn a localized crisis into a rapid, systemic response. This same impulse for systemic order often leads to the complete redrawing of sovereign borders in the wake of political instability. On June 30, 1960, the Declaration of Independence for the Republic of the Congo marked the end of colonial rule in Central Africa, instantly replacing an old imperial system with a new sovereign one. Similarly, on June 30, 1990, East and West Germany merged their economies. This image of their 2 distinct currencies resting side by side captures the final moment before 2 disparate systems were fused into one. These systemic shockwaves represent civilization's immune response to chaos, forcing us to build more resilient infrastructure and modernize the map of the world. June 30 shows us a pattern. Tunguska proved our physical vulnerability. Cherbourg demonstrated how logistical control shifts power. And the birth of 999 and new borders showed our ability to reorganize. The emergency systems in our pockets and the borders we live within aren't static. They are the direct results of past catastrophes. History is not a background process. It is a continuous series of high-impact collisions that force us to adapt. Our modern world was built inside the craters left by yesterday's disasters. We don't just survive these disruptions. We use the wreckage to build more resilient foundations for what comes next.